Hi everybody, my name's Toni and I'm here with the Everyday Counts program, and we have an hour together for yoga. And today we're going to be tuning in to all aspects of the moment. When we awaken our awareness to a sensation as it's happening moment to moment, we give the body an opportunity to understand and assist our own healing. So come to a comfortable place, whatever that means for you. And there is no right and wrong here. You can sit in a chair, you can sit high on something, you can be down on the floor, have your legs out. It doesn't really matter. Actually, it really doesn't matter. However it is that you are, as long as you're honoring what feels good to you and not contorting yourself into a place that you think it needs to look like. So giving yourself absolute permission to do what it is that you need to. And today we're not going to be doing any standing. We're going to do everything from either the chair or the floor, just so you know ahead of time. Okay, so settling in, getting comfortable, and again, giving yourself permission to be comfortable here, to let go all of the things that you think are rules. And that's when the real yoga starts, when we really get to honor ourselves, to understand what it is that we need and move from that place rather than somebody on the external world telling us what we need to do. So that's why I encourage you to listen to me a little bit of the time, listen to the guidance, and then decide for yourself whether it works for you. And if it doesn't, choose differently, adjust it, adapt it, so it's working for you in this moment. And that's not what it was like last week. That's what it's like now for you. So settling in. Take a big, beautiful breath in, whatever that means for you. Exhale it out like a sigh and make that sigh sound, that ah. Couple of those. Soften your gaze, close your eyes if you're comfortable. And then notice what it was that brought you to your mat today. What is it that you want to get out of this? What is your intention? And intention is a big word. It shuts a lot of people down. So I invite you to just inquire. What is it that I really need today? What is it I would like to offer myself as I set this time aside for myself? And then move forward honoring that. Notice the places your body is supported. And see if you can awaken a sense of gratitude for that support. Ultimately, no matter what we're supported with, under that is the earth. Always there for us, 24/7, supporting us. So sit deeply into that support. Allow your body to be held. And notice how that feels for you. Notice how you are feeling in this moment. Particular things that are on your mind, acknowledge it all. We don't need to unpack it here, but to acknowledge it's present is powerful. We spend a good deal of our time trying to ignore or move away from things. So if things that are present are uncomfortable, simply an internal nod to, I see you, I know you're there. And it's okay in this moment, it's okay. Noticing how your physical body feels, and we'll apply the same thing. Whether it's tightness, tension, discomfort, pain even. The acknowledgement that it's present is powerful. Not needing the story, but noticing the sensation. And then notice other sensations too, places that are quieter, places that are more comfortable in your body. If you have discomfort on one side of your body, notice the other side too, in exactly the same place. Or if it's in the front of your body, notice the back body, and vice versa. And again, the shifting of awareness, this offering of a different perspective. Offer the tension and tightness and discomfort, softness. And if that means a little movement or a little breath into those areas, go ahead. This is part of the simply acknowledgement of what's there. And then when you're ready, start to notice your breath. Notice the rhythm of your breath, just as it is. The length of it, not needing it to be different. Notice if you're breathing in and out through your nose or your mouth, or a little bit of both. Consider breathing in and out through your nose if that's comfortable for you. As this aids the relaxation response as well. Notice the texture of your breath, both the inhale and the exhale. Notice the temperature of the breath as it comes in. It's a little cooler, and the exhale a little warmer as it leaves our body. And you might notice that around the edges of your nostrils, on the top of your lip. Notice any smells in the air around you, scents that you're aware of. With a neutrality, simply with an acknowledgement. Notice where your breath is the most present in your body. Not where you think it's present, but where you feel it the most present. And often we go into the, obviously it's the lungs. Not necessarily. Where do you feel the breath the most present in this moment? Open your awareness to possibilities of surprise. And with this attention and awareness to our breath will naturally have regulated to a place where it's sustainable, comfortable. If there is any tension, any tightness that you can let go of through the breath, in the breath, then go ahead. Letting forcing go, allowing it to be as easy as possible. And we all have different things going on, so as easy for one person, maybe that means different things to somebody else. We do our best, we're not interested in perfect. Perfect means there's no room to shift, to move, to change, to adapt. Perfect gives us no room for growth, for learning. So I wish for all of you that nothing is perfect, as I wish that for myself. We keep this breath, and then we move within it. Taking the right hand back either to the outside of your hip, back towards the chair or back towards the floor, and you can even bring something to bring the floor closer to you. Just drawing the right shoulder back, heart is facing forward. On the inhale, we'll drift that arm up and cross it over to the left side. Inhaling up, exhaling, drawing it back. Allow the breath to guide you. Allow the joints to be easy. Allow the size of the movement to be your own. And if it feels good, take the heart with you. Start to take the gaze with you over towards the right and towards the left. As we start to awaken the movement within our body, allowing the body to respond to the movement in its own way. Releasing ideas of what it should or shouldn't be. 2 more. And in your own time, when that right hand comes back out towards the right, we'll leave it there. Drawing it back to a place of comfort, shifting your body up if you want to as we come to the other side. Left arm drifts back, heart facing forward. So we're really rolling through that left shoulder. Inhaling up, exhaling, that taps over towards the right. Inhaling up, drifting back. The other side may feel very different from the other side. Just noticing, acknowledging. And starting to take that gentle twist through the spine if you're drawn to opening up towards the left and crossing over towards the right. Gaze can come with you or not. The movement can be big, can be small, can be even imagined. Steady breath. Two more or less, resting if you need to. Next time that hand comes back, we'll leave it there and just come back to a neutral place, rolling through the shoulders, one direction, and rolling through the shoulders in the opposite direction. Allowing those shoulders to settle down, moving through the head, circling the chin or the nose in one direction, allowing the breath to guide the movement. Big or small movements. One more. Coming back to stillness and going around in the opposite direction. Awareness to all aspects of the movement of this moment. Adjusting and adapting things as you need to. One more. Chin coming down towards the chest. Option to stay there, drawing the collarbones wide, breathing into the back of the neck, upper shoulders, upper back. On the inhale, drawing the head all the way up if it's not there already. And from here, coming over onto hands and knees. Now, if you're seated in a chair and want to take seated cat and cow from there, go ahead. If you need any padding underneath your knees to come over onto cat and cow, then go ahead and do that. Spreading your foundation to a comfortable place for you. Toes tucked or untucked. Drawing the belly up and towards the spine. Pushing down into our hands to lift the back of the heart, and the head is as neutral as you're comfortable with. From here, coming back to the breath, your breath. Filling the breath with the movement. On the exhale, pushing into your foundation to round the back of the ribs up towards the sky. Inhaling, the belly drops, the collarbones widen, the gaze lifts. And when I say the gaze lifts, the head is simply coming along with the movement. You can keep your eyes soft, closed. Noticing how you move. Every aspect of it. Notice where you initiate the movement from, if it's your tailbone, if it's your belly, if it's your chest, or somewhere else. And see if the breath can instigate the movement. Is there somewhere as you're moving that the breath does not feel present in? Can you bring the breath to that area? Inhaling and exhaling. From here, coming back to a neutral place when you're ready. And if wrists are sensitive here, you can always come down to forearms. Same thing, belly's drawn in, back of the heart is lifted. And we're circling through the hips. So the inhale, we're bringing the hips forward over the knees. exhaling, drawing them back behind the knees. Allowing your spine to do what feels good here. So within that, some flexion and extension. If it feels good to you, you can draw the knees back a little bit and allow that movement to become a little bigger. That'll change it up somewhat, different sensations. And then when you're ready, we'll pause and take it around in the opposite direction. And again, how does this feel for you? Awareness to all sensation as you roll through it, giving yourself permission to change it, to adjust the movement to suit you. Getting rid of that idea, if you have it, of what is ideal, what is perfect. And having space within the imperfect to grow, to change, to learn. The end of the exhale, we'll pause and come back to center, readjusting ourselves. As the knees come closer and towards each other for stability, sending that right leg out behind you. And I'm just going to mirror you, so that's my left leg, but your right leg behind. Rolling through the ball of the foot. Inhaling, coming to the tippy toes, exhaling, pushing through the heel. And again, coming down onto forearms is a great place to be if wrists are sensitive. From here, coming back to center, readjusting yourself as you need to. Belly draws in, back of the heart lifting, the gaze is towards the front of your mat. On the inhale, we're lifting up through the right heel. That leg, although my pants are baggy, is straight and long, as straight as possible. Hip tips facing down towards the earth, so we're not opening up through the right hip. Exhaling, tapping down. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, lowering. Breath is steady. What are you noticing here? Notice sensations. Adjust and adapt anything to ease things for you. Next time you lift the heel, option to stay. Steady breath. Option to extend the left arm out. So we get the length through the whole of the body. Belly is drawing in. Back of the heart lifting, reaching through the heel, through the fingertips. 3 breaths. On the exhale, left hand down, right knee in. Any movements you need to ease tension, coming to the other side. Left leg steps back. Ball of the foot to the floor, and we're rolling through. Ooh, crack, crack. Inhaling forward, exhaling, pushing back through the heel. Forearms are always an option. Slow, steady, deliberate movements that we're awake and aware of. Option to stay here, option to come to center. Realign, belly draws in, back of the heart lifts. Inhaling, lifting, the left heel, exhaling, tapping down. Steady breath. Next time the heel lifts, Option to stay, pushing through the heel. We've got length there. That length comes all the way through the crown of the head. Option to hover the right hand, fingertips reach. We get this length through from the heel to the fingertips. Steady the breath. Awareness to all sensation. Adjusting and adapting to anything you need to. Last breath. Right hand comes down. Left knee joins it. Knees come wide. Coming back to child's pose, supported. Either hands, forearms, fists, block. All the way down. Play with how wide you have your knees. You can even take your hands back by your heels. Notice your breath. All aspects of breath, your length of breath. The temperature. The steadiness, the place in your body that the breath is most awake and alive. You can stay here or reaching the fingertips out in front of you. Reaching over towards one side, shifting the opposite hip away from those fingers, breathing. Notice sensations. Walking the fingers to center, over to the other side, your hip shift. And coming back to center. When you're ready, once more coming up, and from here we're going to come all the way down onto our belly. And if this is not for you, you're welcome to skip ahead and meet us on our back. Otherwise, hands underneath the shoulders. Take the feet as wide as they feel comfortable for your lower back. Toes untucked. Elbows drawn in towards your ribs, chin or forehead to the earth. Picking up one entire leg, lengthening the leg along the mat, and laying it down. Doing the same to the other leg so we get a little more length through the lower back. And this already here is quite a lot for some of us, so this is an excellent place to stay. If you come here and decided it's not for you, then rolling over onto your back, and you can stay there. In a moment, we'll join you. Otherwise, pushing down through the tops of your feet, so much so that the backs of the knees lift somewhat. Pubic bone is rooted down, and although nothing physically that you can see will change, draw the belly in towards the spine and notice the awakening through the lower back. Rolling the shoulders back and down, shoulder blades as if they were drawing towards each other. Hands again underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide. Crown of the head reaching as far away from the tips of your toes as possible. So we've got length here, just like when we were on hands and knees and we were lengthening through one heel and the opposite arm. Thinking about that length, pushing through your hands on the inhale, chin in towards your chest, and we're lifting up through the head, through the heart, but we're lengthening. So you're dragging your elbows back towards the heels, opening through the chest, exhaling down, chin or forehead. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Belly still drawn in. We're not concerned about height here, concerned about length. So again, it's this opening up the crown of the head further towards the front of the mat, exhaling down with your breath. Next, exhale, palms stack underneath one cheek, head comes to the other side, knees bend, circle through the ankles to release the lower back. And then back in the opposite direction. Legs resting back down, adjusting the width for your lower back and lengthening the legs once more. So we get that length there. Hands this time coming off the mat. Either side, elbows to the sky, forehead or chin down. Fingertips tented. Push down through the tops of the feet, so the backs of the knees feel like they're elevated. Pubic bone down, belly drawn in. On the inhale, lifting up, chest and head, exhaling down. Lightening up through the fingertips, so the lift is coming from the strength of the back. Excellent place to stay right here. Once again, thinking about length. If you want to add on, we're lifting up. This time, we're drawing the left shoulder down, looking over to the right side. Inhaling to center, opposite side, right shoulder down, looking to the left. Getting that length through the front of the shoulder joints. Still deeply connected through the lower body. One more either side. And then exhaling down to center, palms stacked under the opposite cheek this time. Bending the knees, circling through the ankles one direction. And in the opposite direction. The last one on your belly. Readjusting yourself again. Lengthening the feet, widening the feet, connecting tops of the feet. Pubic bone, belly drawn in. You can take any of the previous ones, or we're taking the hands back. Palms facing down, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, chin or forehead down. Inhaling up through the chest, the head reaching away from your your feet, exhaling down. Option to stay here, pulsing, option to lift up and stay. Belly's drawn in, back the shoulder blades towards each other. Palms can hover. Inhaling and exhaling. Crown of the head is reaching. There's length there through the spine. Another breath in. Exhaling down. Palms come underneath the shoulders, drawing ourselves up. Knees come in, back into child's pose, slowly, carefully. Supported hands, forearms. Fists, stacked palms. In stillness, in movement. And you can even take the hands back by your ankles. Steady breaths.
And in your own time, coming up and coming onto your back. Knees to the sky, feet to the floor. Big breath in, exhaling it out. Inhaling, arms come up overhead, maybe just a little, maybe they come to the floor. Arms can be as wide or as close together as you like. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Feel the expanse on the inhale as the arms lift up. Exhaling down. If you want to add on the inhale, we reach up, exhale, right knee in towards right chest. Inhaling up, right foot comes down, exhale, left knee into chest. You want to add on and you have no head and neck injuries, no eye conditions like glaucoma or detached retinas. This is the inhale. On the exhale, chin comes in towards the chest. You can use the left hand to curl in left foot to curl in. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, opposite knee. Awareness to it all. Awareness to something small you can do to adjust it, to make it feel more comfortable in your body. Lost one either side. Coming back to center. Settling your breath. Awareness to sensation. Right knee comes in towards your chest. And we're taking the ankle over the top of the left leg. Drawing the right knee out, but keeping the connection to the pelvis, both sides. So if the right knee drawing out lifts the left hip, draw the pelvis back to be connected downwards. Steady breath. If this is enough in your hips, stay here. Otherwise, we're threading the right arm through. You can take the left hand to the outside of the left thigh, the right hand to the inside of, or left hand to the outside of the left thigh, right hand to the inside of the left thigh. You can interlace the hands behind that knee or in front of that shin. Drawing the left knee in towards the chest, feeling that in the right hip. And then adjusting it to feel comfortable in your body, to find ease in the breath as you stay here. Both feet flexed softly to protect the knees if they're both lifted. Staying somewhere where it feels right for you in this moment. Not perfect, but right in this moment. And we're learning and changing every moment as our body stays here. Option to stay here, option to release the bind and let the right ankle push the left knee away. We've got that dynamic tension there. Left ankle can be down or up, knee height. Inhaling and exhaling, arms wherever they're comfortable. And on an exhale, taking the left knee, left foot down, releasing the right leg. Left knee draws in, give it a little hug. And then the ankle goes to the top of the right thigh. Back of the pelvis is connected downwards. Left knee draws out any amount that still keeps that connection downwards. Great place to stay right here. There's a whole lot going on. Drawing the right knee in. Right hand to the outside of the right thigh, left hand to the inside of the right thigh, connecting behind the knee or in front of the shin, depending on where it feels comfortable and accessible for you. All aspects of the breath. Notice if the shape is changing the breath. A little flex in both ankles to protect the knees. Keeping all aspects of the breath steady. Option to stay here, option to release the right knee away from you. Heel can be down or up, knee height. Got that dynamic tension there. The right thigh is drawing back in towards your chest. The left ankle is pushing away. And the breath is steady. Notice again if the shape is changing the breath. Steady the breath. Be aware of it all. Another few breaths here. You can always come out earlier. And then on the exhale, the right foot comes down. The left foot is released. Big breath in. Exhaling it out. And from here, we're going to roll over onto the right side. Bicep supporting you, or if you have a cushion there, or a block. Knees stacked. From here, you're going to reach that left arm out in front of you. Drawing the left arm back, keeping the hips and knees over each other. You're going to open up the left elbow towards the left. So the twist is initiated from the top of the body. You can keep that left hand wherever is comfortable, or it can come out into a cactus or a T. Let the top knee shear back from the bottom knee. So we get that gentle twist through the spine. Option to take the gaze over the left shoulder. Any props you need in between the knees, the ankles, underneath the knees, go ahead. Inhaling and exhaling. If there's another twist you prefer to take, go ahead. Awake to all sensation, acknowledging it all. Leave the space for this not to have to be perfect. When you're ready, that left hand comes back towards your chest and sliding back. So here we are. From here, rolling to the other side. Knees come to the sky, Shifting your hips over. I've got I don't have space here, so that's what I'm doing. And then resting the knees all the way over. Head supporting you or a pillow. Reaching out with the right hand and then drawing it back like a bow over your chest. Elbow can rest on support or into a cactus or a T, getting that twist. Support your twist as you need to. The knee underneath the knee, so the twist is initiated from the top of the body, but the top knee is allowed to shift and draw back, making accommodations through your body. And if there's another twist you prefer, go ahead. Always giving yourself permission, once you've listened to your body, to your breath, to adjust, to change things. Don't settle for good enough. Always adjusting, giving yourself permission to play. And stay here for as long as you like, while the gaze comes to center. And then we slide the right arm to meet the left. Coming onto your back. Knees draw in, give yourself a little hug here, hands on your knees. Can rock and roll from side to side. Coming into happy baby if you like. Heels can stay down. Hands to the knees. Knees go wide towards your armpits. Or the feet can rest up towards the ceiling as if you're in a squat. Hands to the back of the thighs, the outside of the shins, or even the outside of the feet. We're drawing the knees down, so our thighs are brushing the ribs. In stillness or in movement, your choice, no right and wrong here. Staying for a few breaths or releasing when you need to. Knees come towards each other and feet rest down. You can stay here, knees towards each other, ankles wide. Constructive rest, or take your relaxation, whatever that means for you. Adding layers, eye pillows, anything else you need to. And as you settle into that, I will come up to guide you. Resting and adjusting as you need to. Allowing a deep breath in and exhaling that out long and slow. Another few breaths just like that. On those exhales, allowing yourself to sink into where you have chosen to be supported. Breath to come back to its own natural rhythm. And start to notice the rhythm of your breath just as it is. You
You might notice as you give yourself permission to relax that the breath gets smaller and softer. Noticing if you're breathing in and out through the nose or the mouth or a bit of both. Awareness to the texture of your inhale and your exhale. Awareness to the temperature as it comes in and is a little cooler. And on the exhale as it leaves and it's a little warmer. Awareness to any smells or scents in the air. Awareness to where it is in your body your breath feels the most present. And then leave your breath as you allow yourself to extend your awareness past your breath to encompass this whole moment. You find yourself guided elsewhere with thoughts. You can use any aspect of the breath to anchor your awareness back and then drift from there to expand. The mind always drifts us off. It is the mindful practice itself that allows us to notice and then mindfully bring our awareness back. That is the practice itself. We're not interested in perfect. Perfect, there is no place for learning, for growth, for the practice itself. Notice how perfect imperfection is. this idea that it needs to be a certain way. The perfect is the mess of it all. And our ability to have awareness within that and choice. Embrace those times when your mind drifts off, or in life when things go awry. That's when the awareness is key. Acknowledging all that is moment to moment. Every aspect of it. Resting as you are. Or starting to bring a little deeper breath in, a little longer sigh, exhale out. Inviting movement in from there. Lazy movement, your movement in your own way. Stretching wide, curling in. And then coming to a place where you would like to finish your practice, whatever that may be. Settling in. Lifting from the rooting, hands into a gesture of closing for you today. A breath in. Lower or close the eyes, chin down towards your chest. And honor this moment and all that it has within it, all that we can tap into. To acknowledge, to notice. The perfection of it not being perfect. And the space that allows us to change, to shift, to move, to grow, to learn. From my heart to yours. Namaste.